If you want to be healthy, feel full of energy, motivation, just feel great walking towards your goals, let's be honest, you need to have healthy levels of testosterone. But here is the thing, there are a few things in your environment that you literally are using every single day that are literally fucking up your hormones and killing your testosterone levels without you even knowing about them. So personally, I've cut them off all, bro. I literally eliminated them all from my life because I do care about my health and my hormones. And in this video, I'm going to share with you what these things are and how to actually, change them with things that are not going to harm you so much and are not going to fuck up your hormones, your testosterone, and make you feel bad because of that. So let's dive straight into it. Now the first one, you've already seen about it. It is this video's thumbnails. Receipts, bro. You know when the cashier at the grocery store gives you a receipt, don't fucking touch it, bro. Don't touch it. Every single time I see someone get it, I'm like, no, don't touch it, bro. Don't touch it. Because you have to know that on the little receipt, so that it doesn't stick within the machine, they have put a little layer of BPA dust. So basically, very, very small BPA particles. Now, what is BPA? BPA is a shortcut for bisphenol A. Bisphenol A is a sort of plastic which is very, very harmful. There have been made thousands, literally tens of thousands of studies, and it is very harmful for your testosterone level, your hormone level, your health in general. And so what do they do nowadays? Because now we know really, really, really a lot that is very harmful. Instead of BPA, they write just BPA free on the backside of your receipts. If you actually see them, you will see it's going to be written BPA free, and on many bottles, they write BPA free. But what they do is they just use BPS or another bisphenol instead. So it's basically a family of chemicals which is very harmful for your hormonal health. And what they do is they just they find one, okay, they use it for a few years. Now everyone knows that it's very harmful, so they use their brother bisphenol S, BPS instead of BPA, and they write BPA free. Well, BPA free, bro, there is no BPA on that. So, bro, it's crazy. So what I do is very simply, I don't fucking touch those receipts. When they give it to me, I say, I don't need it. I don't need it. You can throw it away. And if one day I need it because, I need to check something or whatever, I either ask them to keep it open and I make a picture of it, or I just take a little tissue like this, and when they give it to me, I just take it with the tissue, so I'm not touching it, bro. I literally have a saying, receipts are lava. So, there was a few years ago this trend, the floor is lava. Now it's like, for me, when I see a receipt, that's lava for me, bro. I don't want to touch it. And if you care about your hormonal health, you shouldn't touch it either. Another thing that has been found to, create cancer is very, very unhealthy, also fucks up your hormones, your testosterone, are non-stick pans, bro. It's crazy, like how they have actually allowed this to be legal, and they've literally poisoned so many people. You have to know that in order for non-stick pans to be non-stick, they have a layer of what is called PFAS, forever chemicals, and they're called forever chemicals because once you actually get them in your body, they don't get out anymore. You literally can find them in polar bears, you can find them in every single animal on this planet because they've used them to do so many things. And that's why I don't use non-stick pans anymore. They not only have those forever chemicals, they also have other chemicals that are really harmful for you that basically create cancer, but they're somehow still legal because they say, if you use the pans right, then it won't leach in your body. But it's total bullshit because when you use even a wooden thing to turn around your things in your non-stick pans, let's say your eggs, it's amazing to cook eggs, you're going to scratch a little bit the surface. And the more you scratch the surface, the more it will leach in your food. You'll get it in your body, and it's very, very, very harmful. So what I personally do is just replace it with a normal fucking pan, like they used to use a few decades ago. They didn't have non-stick pans, they just used more butter or more oil. Here, don't use seed oils, use coconut oil. Also not extra virgin olive oil that should only be eaten raw, but that's a topic for another video. So what I now do is I have my stainless steel pan and I just heat it up more. I just put more oil in it, like coconut oil, and then I just do my eggs, and they literally don't stick when you learn how to do them right. So that's my personal way of doing it. The third thing that is very related to the non-stick pans are oven papers. Now, have you ever asked yourself why you can basically put paper on your oven thing and basically nothing is sticking on the paper doesn't suck up any water? Have you ever asked yourself how the fuck is that possible? Well, you have to know that there is a little layer of silicone on that paper, and guess what? By heating it up at 200 degrees Celsius, it leaches even more in your water and in the food that you eat, and especially if you put some oil on your vegetables, on your potatoes, on whatever thing you're doing and cooking in the oven, and then you have it well in contact, sucking up that silicone from that paper. Bro, even just thinking about it makes me feel bad, but no one knows about this. And so what do you do if you want to cook something in the oven? Well, very simple, just use a ceramic or a glass container, a big one, and just use some oil so that it doesn't stick. It's just as simple as that. It works like magic, and you don't have those things leaching in your food that are very harmful. The fourth thing that you are using every single day, literally every single day, and you don't even know about it, is your polyester clothing. It's very harmful because think about it, polyester also has things in it like sometimes BPA and things from its family or other plastics that are basically very harmful for your hormones. And because it's very like in contact with your body the whole time, you're basically going to suck it up, because as said, these plastics and these endocrine disruptors, which basically means chemicals that are harmful for your hormones, are fat soluble. And the thing is that our skin is not water. Water can get through it. If you put some water in it, or if you swim, no water will get in you, but oil can. And things that basically dissolve in oil can get through your skin. And because plastic is one of those things, it literally gets through your skin, especially if you do workouts where you sweat a lot, and you're heating up, it gets in you. And especially, bro, your boxers. Think about it. You're basically having your balls in a plastic sack while you're there working out at the gym. So it's very simple. They have been found to be very harmful. They've done some experiments on dogs, and the fertility of dogs went down pretty quickly when they were using plastic boxers or plastic underwear. And so why using them? You have the options. I personally have found some boxers on Amazon that are 100% cotton. I only wear 100% cotton or natural fibers as clothes, and that's how to solve the problem quite easily. It's not that hard. Socks is one thing that I'm still working on, that I have to find. I think I found cotton ones, but I'm not 100% sure that what they've written on the label is true. But yeah, for the rest, 100% cotton or other natural fibers, and you solve the problem. Now, the fifth thing you want to be avoiding is oil stored in plastic. Now, the thing is this, there are many people complaining about water bottles having a lot of microplastics and other chemicals that are harmful, that literally get in from the plastic of the bottle. But no one is talking about oil which is stored in plastic, and that is 10 times worse, because as I said, these plastics and chemicals that are harmful for you don't actually mix so well in water, but they are literally well sucked up in oil, and that's why they're called oil-loving chemicals. So basically, when you store oil, doesn't matter what oil, in plastic, that plastic is going to dissolve itself and leach into that oil, and when you actually eat it or drink it or use it to cook or whatever, you're going to eat that plastic. So another thing I want to tell you is that, and I know this is very painful to hear, but the inner side lining of cans, for example, when you eat canned tuna, they all have a BPA lining. And nowadays, I don't know if they, use BPS instead of BPA, but it's always the same shit. There's plastic lining inside of the cans, and because they normally, you know, store the tuna in oil or even when it's in water, it leaks in, bro, and you really don't want that. So try to avoid all kinds of oils and fats stored into plastic, especially when they're liquid. So if you know, take olive oil or coconut oil to cook, or butter or whatever, store it in glass or metal or in some kind of container that is not plastic. While rewatching the video, I've noticed a thing that I really want to share with you, and that is that not only storing, you know, fats in plastic is harmful for you, but also microwaving and heating foods in plastic is so dangerous for your health. So many people, I remember I was there 2 years ago in Canada at school, and I was seeing, you know, there were a lot of microwaves and everyone with their Tupperware out of plastic being there heating their food, and I was like, no, don't do it, bro, don't do it. And I was trying to tell people in a more like, you know, stopped away, like, do you know that this is actually harmful for you? Okay, I don't really care. So most people actually don't care about these things. But if you do care, bro, then stop heating up any kind of food in plastic, especially in the microwave, bro. It is so harmful. You know, when you get to the grocery store and you get those ready meals already in plastic and they say you can just put them in the microwave and it's done. Don't do it, bro. And also, whenever you can, avoid things that are stored in plastic. The sixth one that we basically use every single day is the water from the tap. Many studies show that in many countries, especially in the United States, the water that is coming from the tap, especially if it's in a big city, because it's being recycled, and basically those forever chemicals and other chemicals are not being filtered out, but they're staying in and recycled over and over again, basically concentrate more and more. That's when the water is the most harmful. So it's actually very simple. I personally have filtered water bottle. I'm not sponsoring anyone. It's like from Clearly Filtered. I got it from basically the suggestion from Andrew Huberman, if you know his podcast, the Huberman Lab. But you can just get a quite cheap tap water filter. You attach it to your tap, and you can basically drink clean water, cook with clean water without having to think about it. It's a very big thing, because think about it, you're drinking every single day water. You need water, and so if you have those forever chemicals and other chemicals in it, you're drinking it every single day, cooking with it, then it's going to get in your body and it's going to stay there, and it's going to fuck up your testosterone levels. So filtering your water is a very good idea. Now, the seventh thing, which I guess you're using pretty much every single day, is deodorants or perfumes. Have you ever asked yourself what makes those perfumes even smell good, or what gives them that smell, which on one side smells very toxic, you know, very chemical, but on the other side is better than, you know, when you sweat and stink? Well, very often they are made with perfume. If you can look at the label, it's written very often perfume, and perfume is basically a short way of saying, if it's not a natural one, harmful chemical. So when you basically look at deodorants or perfumes and there is written fragrance or perfume in the ingredient list, you know that it is harmful for you. If it's not written like from natural source or natural deodorant or natural like perfume, like some essential oils basically, you know that it is harmful. And most people are using it every single day, all day long. They're putting it under their armpit, and they're also breathing it in when they spray it, and they have it when they then work out. It's really getting in, and it literally is getting in your body. So what I personally do, I know it sounds extreme, but I created my own deodorant. Well, I just mixed coconut oil with some baking soda, and then I put in it the essential oils that I like. So I have used sandalwood, retriever, and other strong, masculine, warm essential oils. It really smells amazing. Just take a little bit, put it under my armpit, and that's it. And then I smell like amazingly well. I've created my own deodorant, and it's not harming me. So that was my solution. Now I know that these things may sound like a big deal for you, like so many things that are harming your testosterone levels, but it, I think, really is worth, because at the end of the day, a few decades ago, people didn't have these things and people didn't really need them. So you don't really need non-stick bands. You don't really need, plastic boxers. You don't really need receipts or bullshit things like that. Just avoid them now that you know that they're harming you. And yeah, you will be not fucking up your testosterone level without even knowing about it anymore. So really hope this video helped you out. If you did, and if you actually liked it, make sure to leave a like and to subscribe to not miss on my future videos, and to also show me that you liked the video. I wish you all the best, bro. Really, really, really wish you all the best. Hopefully see you very soon. Ciao.